Hello, hello, Rhodey here. Welcome to my craft room. Today we're doing the last bit on our Steampunk Lapbook. It'll be the left side, and we'll finish up anything else I think I want to use here. And we're going to do two sneaky peeks today, because I didn't give you one yesterday, because I thought I was going to be doing the whole video. That didn't happen because I had to run off and use my Golden Corral coupon, so I didn't lose my freebie meal. Okay, so here we go. We're on... Oh, what is this? Oh, that's a drawing. Okay, here is the left side, which has my Aunt Lucy. She's right here. She used to work this place over like where Fort Dinwiddie was. And she used to work there. It was Valley View Motel or Hotel. And she was about 18 years old here. And she would go over there and work every summer to make herself some money. And I think I wrote here it was about 1937. I was figuring that out. Here was the Brill place. And the road is here. And that's where I took the picture. And you can't really get a good view of it because of the trees there. There was that little sun-cured Reynolds there. I was telling you about that the other day, and I showed you that large print here. But see, it's like on a square, which I guess it looked just about like that. But my dad said, whenever you saw that over there on the edge of the road, you always knew you were about at the real place. And then down here, I have a picture of my Aunt Reen and Uncle Harrison. And then this is their cousin, Marie Webb. And she was a daughter of Press Webb and Minnie George. But Press had divorced this Minnie and married my aunt, who was Millie Delphia Copley. We all call her Aunt Delphi. So here she is with Marie. And she actually raised Marie. So I don't think she really even knew her mom. But anyway, I think Aunt Reen was telling me in 2001 that she remembered when Grandpa Bill died in 1931. She said Dad and Mom went over to West Virginia for the funeral, which I didn't realize. We were living up there at the Webb place then in Bath Alum. That's what this picture is over here. Let's see, Bob, Howard, Marie, and me. We found Press Webb's liquor. Well, we got pretty drunk, and that's when we tried to ride a cow. I was drunk, but thought I did a really good job. Then Marie got up there and rode, but she fell off. She was a big crybaby anyway. She just lay there and didn't move. Howard started laughing, and that's when Press ran down the hill where she lay and started saying, "My gosh, she's dead. She's hurt." But she was okay. She just got up and staggered around and was fine. Oh my gosh. Okay, I forgot I had some of these stories. I tell you, it's hilarious, some of the things that I've found out about the family. Oh my gosh. Okay, this is one of my favorite pages that I made. I know I've got a bit of a glare on there. Okay, I'm leaning my book against my little holder for my phone, so it's moving. Okay, so this picture here, I was asking everybody if they had a photo of my Grandpa Cleve, because we only had two. The one of him in front of the snowball bush, and then the one with the big group shot of all the kids and Grandma Rhoda's parents. So Aunt Reen, one reunion, comes down and brings this photo. And it's on a piece of tin. And I never really knew what it was, but they said it was a Prince Albert. Let me move this over a little bit more. They said it was a Prince Albert can. And if you look really closely here, you can see the crimp cut, the MP and the C, and then the words underneath of it. So what I'm thinking they did is they put the photo on the very front here, they had cut the sides and wrapped them around. And they probably kept this bottom as a stand so it would sit up. But when somebody along the way decided they wanted to put it in an album or something, they ripped that part off and it ripped part of the photo itself. Well, what this photo is about is Grandpa Cleve and Press were carpenters, and they were building this, whatever it is, smokehouse, I think they told me. This is Kurt Kazee that married my Aunt Elizabeth, and then this is Uncle Fred. And Aunt Elizabeth and Uncle Fred, were Grandpa Cleve's two oldest children. Now, there was something called the PWA maybe. It was a new government agency, and you saw it about 1930 on the census. And it was during the Great Depression, and it was bringing jobs to a lot of people, and they were just finding jobs all around for people to do to earn money. And that's what I've got up here about that. Let's see. I wrote down here, this photo is placed on a Prince Albert tobacco tin. You can actually see the, scene in the photo. Okay. Yeah, the old smokehouse behind them was built by Press and Grover, both carpenters at this time. And Kurt here and Uncle Fred, or no, I said Kurt Kazee and Press Webb, these two, worked for this PWA as carpenters. And then this over here, this was one of the only pieces of paper we found from my Aunt Elizabeth, we believe it is, who wrote, names down on here, and then a few dates. And she wrote down Mr. William Markham and stepmother Millie Copley. So that was Grandpa Cleve's parents. And then Fred Salmons and Mary E. Mills. And she wrote McDonald. Oh my God, don't get me started on that. Because that part, there's a rumor that the family were actually McDonald and not Markham. And Josiah McDonald came over on a boat from Ireland or something, maybe England. And he was by himself. He wanted to join the revolution. So he took up with a family of Markhams that the old man was able to sign to get him in. Well, a lot of that didn't hold true with, the timetable I was able to come up with. So anyway, that's another story. And then we have Grover C. Markham Sr., and that's his parents here. And then we got Rhoda Salmons, and that's her parents. So that's how she was sort of writing it. She's got the 17th of May, 1888 is when he was born. So, I just don't know what to do there. Then she wrote the same over again. Grover C. Markham and Rhoda Salmons was born at Bull Creek. Then she says Grandma was born 20th of June, 1892. So, yeah, I don't quite know what was going on there, but that helped me kind of piece everything together at the very beginning of my genealogy experience. Now this is the Webb place that they lived at, and I think that's where this was. That's why it's in here. It's not there anymore. It's burned down. It's gone. But I was able to get like an idea where the door, the kitchen, the bedrooms, the porch. It was right against the mountainside, so the McClung Ridge is back here. That's the smokehouse cellar that they've got right here. That's the two-seated outhouse. There's a granary here. Uncle Bob's, they had like a little house kind of thing right there. There was a barn here, a sheep shed. There was a spring house in that little wiggly line. That's the spring. And that, of course, there's a fence around the house. And there's a new house out here at the beginning of this road that Aunt Delphi lived at. And we used to go see her here, and that's right in front of there, the old place. Now, the graveyard, the Messer graveyard, that's just right out here past the barn somewhere. I don't know if my dimensions are quite right, but this was as close as I could get. Okay, let's go to another page because I promised you to. All right, over here we have, this is when me and Dad, he took me around to see all these different places that the family lived. Now, we went up to Goshen. This is where he was born in 1935. So he was they lived there a year before his birth and 4 years after his birth. And this was the one place that they were trying to buy, but that's when my grandpa got sick and passed away. And the government or somebody tried to help him out by really stretching it out to see if they could get some of the payments made, but they never really did. I wrote here that they were there from 1934 to 1939. And it sort of was an archaeology kind of thing because, of course, nothing was there. Everything was burnt down. So we were kind of just scuffing around. Let's see. They were trying to, but there is nothing left to the buildings. We found evidence where the older buildings sat, along with the front step and wash tub where the home stood, where Cleveland Rhoda lived. We also found some bed springs in an old refuse pile. And then Dad's over here. He's holding a hair tonic container that he said was probably his brother Hare's, because Hare was always looking spiffy for the girls. And there was also some of these Red Rock cola bottles. And they were there because, and he said they drank lots of those. And also found where some canning lids and ceramic glass insides and pottery and glass pieces. So you can see all of that down here. Just across from where the front step sat can be found a well, which I think I've got right here. It's just like a big circle. And it could have been for water or probably for keeping things cool, since a spring ran behind the house. The home they lived in burned, and the family moved into the barn, which was located behind the house. And we went out there and found a few pieces of brick. And I think he said that they made the barn into a living place for the family. And then all the land was clear fields back then, without any trees, as can be seen in the picture here with Dad and this is Grandma Rhoda, this is Dad, and that's little Lily. And so, yeah. And then over here, this is another picture of it out there, and you can see how just blank it is. There's nothing around. And this was Dad and his cousin, or niece, because that's his sister's girl, at Goshen Pass. And the Webbs came down for a visit in the summer of 1936. And then Dad is here pointing to the brick and some scarred earth where the barn used to be. And then over here we have a picture of Aunt Reen and Uncle Harrison. And they said that this was Helen again. This is the same little girl here, just a little older, because this is like a year later. Let's see. This is probably taken at the Press Webb place near the base of McClung Ridge. This old farmhouse used to be owned by Press's dad, J.R. Webb. In the 1940s, when Rhoda lived on C Street, Dad would go up and stay all summer with his sister, Delphi. And he said he was as poor as a snake when the summer began, since all they had was beans and potatoes. But when summer ended, he was quite plump from Delphi's cooking. She had a cow, she had milk and butter, and he ate very well during the summer months. Okay, and down here, let's see, well found across from where the front step of the house is located. So that's, this is the well. That's the well. Over here was actually, it's like that wash tub and the front steps. that's what we found here. I mean, everything's so grown up out there now. You don't really, notice what's really there. It's just grown up. And they were kind of going through there and doing something. I don't know if we were building a road when we were there or what was going on. Okay, here we go. So I got the right side done and everything was drying up nicely. So when I was over here, I was saying how this wasn't sticking very well. Well, now it is. It's doing really good. And so there is a... Well, where is it? There was another magnet here somewhere. Where'd it go? Oh, it's stuck together. Crap. Okay. That's still not doing as well. I thought it was doing good the other day. I think I just didn't have enough glue on it. So let's do that. And wrap this baby back up. So, yeah, we'll just fold it back on itself. And go back over to the other side. Yeah, this part here is holding nicely. Well, no, it's not. That one did the same thing. Good grief. I don't know what I need to do. I'm going to glue it one more time. And if this doesn't do it, I'm going to have to think of something else to do. I don't know what it would be, though. Okay, the only thing I don't quite like is that pinched a little bit right there. It's just a little too tight, but it still works. Don't get me wrong, it still works. Now this one, what happened here? No, that one stayed. I must have had enough glue on that one. Okay, so over here, we're going to roll that back on itself so I can show you it right here. Now I've got this piece, which I cut down. Remember I told you I was going to keep the bike, but then I cut down where the little chest and everything was there so I could make a pocket. And then I've got this, which is going to be the background. I cut that off of that one piece of paper where there was 4. Now this is the other side of it, and I think it went... I think it was... Was it like that? It was something like that. Anyhow, but I'm going to make this a journal card. So what I'm going to do here is go ahead and put some glue down on it and get it secure. And yeah, this back, it's just so dark. I didn't see any use for it. You can't really write on it. So, you know, what I'm using it for is just right, because, you know. Oh, goodness. Well, we had a nice meal yesterday. I know a bunch of people were saying, oh, what did you have? Where'd you go? But yeah, Golden Corral, it's a buffet place, and we love it. If nobody is familiar with it, it's a great place to go eat because you can get almost everything. Now, they had some seafood yesterday because that was what? Saturday, I guess? Yeah. So they had some seafood elements, some popcorn shrimp. They have fried catfish. I get the teriyaki chicken. That is my favorite of all to get to eat because it's like a little, it's chicken pieces. It's just small pieces of chicken that have been marinated in like this teriyaki kind of marinade. It's just like a runny kind of marinade, but oh my gosh, it's a good, we love it. He gets it too. That's always been my first thing. Chicken is my meat. I'm not crazy about steak, or I'm okay with pork, but I just, you know, I'm loving chicken. That is the thing that I get most of the time. Anytime I go to a restaurant, anytime I go to eat out, that is my meat. Now, I love fish, so I eat fish, seafood. It's just red meat. I never really got into that. Now this piece here that is going to be the card that goes down in it, I'm going to round the edges. And then that's all we're doing with it. I liked it because I've got the bicycle thing going here. And it's got a bike here and something about cycling notes. So that was just going to go and tuck right down in there. And then this piece, let's see. I got the pieces left over there. So that piece went quick. So what have we got here? This was another piece from that same page, as you can see on the back. Oh, now here is where that that piece was, and I told you I was going to tuck it under there, trace the outline, and then glue it down. And then I took a little bit of this washi tape and kind of ripped it at an angle and put a little bit here and a little bit there just to give it some interest because it was sort of floating. So that kind of grounded it. Now I have this, which is the last piece of another page I think I put on the other side. And that's going to go down here. So we're just going to cut it about right there. And I'm going to whack that off. Alright, I cut that down a little bit here as well. So we're just going to put some glue on it and tuck it under there like we did that other side. I hope you all are doing well today. I haven't said that for a while, but now that the weather is getting nice and cheery and warm, I hope that's clearing up a lot of people's, problems or colds and things like that. Get into that nice warm weather and enjoy yourself. It is, it has been a nasty winter, although it wasn't that bad, but it was chilly. I mean, we had the cold that came through, the 0 degrees weather and stuff like that. And I know that gets into some people's bones. Yeah, raise your hand. And, yeah. Our door doesn't shut that well. So we get a little breeze now and then coming through it. Oh, well, let me see. What was I going to do here? I love this because it's got a clock on it. But I wasn't really sure where I was going to put it. So I'm going to tuck it under here for now. And then this little thing, I probably was going to tuck it in there. See, it's nice and neutral, but it gives you a little bit of interest. And the blue and stuff goes with whatever else is here. Now, this was something Chastita sent me. I think it's some kind of a... I almost thought it was policy closure, but it's not, is it? What is that? It's almost like something was to tuck in it, but it's not really sealing shut. Maybe it's to be folded up this way as well. Let's try that. So I'll tell you what, I'm going to actually put, and I don't want it to really open, to tell you the truth. I don't quite understand why it's like that. Tell you what, I might put that inside of it. Let's just do that. I want this cat. I love this cat. He is going to be on the front out here. So that's where he's going to be. So we are going to just cut this right here. You know me, I love my kitties. He is a cool cat. So this needs to go inside of here. Like that. And then that kind of gives you a little place to write. So let's do that. I could have used a glue stick. I'll just go ahead and use this while I got it out. Filled up my jars yesterday, my glue jars. So I got them prepped. All right, let's see. What do we have here? Oops. Need to get over a little bit further. I've been watching this thing on Tubi. It's a series. I don't remember it ever being out. But it's called Scandal. And it's got Kerry Washington and a few other... I don't know any other person that's in there that I really know. But it's quite interesting. I'm enjoying it. I'm on season 3. I've been fell asleep on some of the nights, so I don't know exactly what I've missed. Last night I kind of was passing out, and I missed one of the people, the main characters, passing away, I guess. So I have to see if I can backlog on that and see if I can find out what's going on. Alright, so I'm going to just get in here and ink this up. And I don't want it to be all white, you know. But yeah, so far, so good. Kerry Washington, she's, they're lawyers, but they don't go to court. They solve problems. And Kerry is... she takes care of the president in more than one way. She's his mistress. He's married to the first lady. But I don't know. There's something wrong with her marriage. It just doesn't work. But so anyhow, she is in there to solve problems, to get rid of rumors and stuff like that, to get him in office again. They're working on that right now. So anyhow, it's kind of interesting. It's fast-paced. Stuff is happening all the time. And she's got another love interest now in season 3. Oh, never ending. Now, I'm not sure how I want to do this, y'all. I just don't know. Let me trim that little bit off there and whack it with a little bit of that. And it's almost like I wouldn't mind having a rubber band or something around it, or something from here to here. Maybe that's what I'll do. Let's do that. Okay, before we put our brads, I got 2 gold brads. Since, Steampunk has a lot of metal elements, I thought that might be the better thing to go with here. So let's get our little kitty cat glued up and put on our back side, so we can smooth him down really good before we put brad legs and stuff in here to be in the way. Okay. Whee. But yeah, in case you're wanting to to watch something, I don't know if it's on these other channels or not, but or other stations, but it's pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, I might have to get in here and trim a little bit off of this one side. Okay. Do I? Yes, I do. Okay. Let's go right down through here like this and get rid of it. And I don't think I have any on that side. Yay! Alright, now I'm going to go ahead and poke where I believe the middle is, which I think it's right there, to start my brad. Just eyeballing it, Okay, and what that's going to do, it's going to keep this shut. Now I have... I have the 2 legs that's going to show, but, I don't know that that will matter because, you have metal elements in Steampunk. And I always use the back side of that to flatten these things. Now, before I put this one down, I'm going to tie a knot in this string between the legs and onto the side. So it's, secure at least to one of these. There we go. going to do it just like that. Ooh. And then I'll tuck this back through the legs. Do a little bit of wrapping. Not the singing kind of wrapping. Oh, goodness. Okay, that'll be good enough. Now, we'll stick that in here. And I might need to actually turn it around the other way. There we go. Now we're going to flatten it. And then this is going to be able to be used as something to write in. Yeah. So we're going to close it. We can close it like that if we want to. We don't have to. Yeah. There we go. And you can see the little gear in there. Yada yada. And then this part up here. Oops. I shouldn't have tightened it. That much. I'm going to do a little bit looser. There we go. Now let's see if that'll work. Once I get it under here. Yeah, there we go. It's kind of like a policy closure, but then not quite. I'm going to cut that excess off. Cut the excess off of here. And you know, it's not working, is it? This has got to be on the outside. There. That has to be on the outside. Plus, that didn't work too good. All right. There. There we go. It's where you can get into it still. Not quite. We have this we're going to cut the corners on so we can use it as a journal card of sorts here. Okay. So we're going to put that in there. We're going to put the kitty cat in here. Kind of tucking out. I don't know that there was anything else I wanted in here. Let me check. Okay, I rearranged this a little bit. I'd rather have the kitty over here because he's like riding in style. He's got his goggles on. So I thought he would go with the bicycle page a little better. And I found this that I think Chastita had sent me. And I'm going to round off the corners of this and just make it a great big journal card. And it's one of those, I guess, dirigibles, airships, or whatever you might want to call it. And we're going to stick that right in there. And then let's fold this side up. Is it tight? Oh, it's tight because of that one edge there. That's what it is. Let's see about being able to bend that a little bit better. I don't know what I did exactly, except that edge right there is the only thing I can see that it did. So let's see if we can rescore it a little bit. Yep, that helped it. It's a little off though. Let's see if we can just do the whole edge a little further down. Let's see how that works. Yeah, it's when you start filling these things, you gotta watch. You don't exactly know how everything is going to mesh together. So we're gonna leave it at that. I've got all of these little journal tags cut out here. They're over here on this side. I've got a little check here. I've got this that I pulled out of the other side. So we're going to see if we can find some places in here for it to go. Or if not, I can go back and add another in here. Now this is sticking. On the back side here, I had wondered about putting a pocket. I never did. Did I put one on this side? Nope, I didn't put one on that side either. I don't know that I really need to put anything in there. It's getting tight, so I have to watch out for that. So I'll tell you what, let's go ahead and put these back over on this side. And I'll just kind of tuck the check in there. And then I'll tuck this in here. There. That will work for me. So this side is completely done. I'm going to roll out to this side because I had a lot of tag areas. Or tag things for tags. Let's put it that way. Pull that out. And I was going to put a tag in each one of these. I don't know how the top one's going to work though, because it's going to go out the top, isn't it? Yep. Can't put it sideways. So what can I put in there? I don't guess I can. And I think I have some... Let's see if I can pull that off. Yeah. So I've got a Dumaflachi back here, which, you know, I'll tell you what, I think one of these tall things that I stuck over here could go back there. Like, let's just go ahead and take this. Let's put us another tag back over here on this side. Yeah, that works for me somehow. somehow. All right, let's rock it back on this side. And this I'm going to put down in here. Will it fit? Yeah, there we go. So that can go right there. And then I was going to put one of these in here with it, maybe two. Go ahead and put that little machine in there with it. And then these can all go shut. I think it's like that. There we go. And then I can put two. I love this eyeball. I think I'll put two in here. Now the top one, I don't know what to do with it. I really don't. Because it's, the tags won't fit. And they're sticking up too far. I don't think I have one I can really cut off to make a little stubby tag, you know. Alright, I did find this. This was part of the bottom side of that one page with the two globes on it that I used as the background where the journal is. And I'm going to go ahead and cut off the corners and just use that up here. See how that works. Did I make it too big? Yeah, I did. Let's cut it down. Alright, I cut a little bit more off of it. And see if that'll go in it. Goodness gracious. It's not wanting to go in too easy. Alright, where's my wax? Alright, remember this trick with the wax? So we're going to see if we can get it to slide in there. How is it going? Good enough, I guess. Good enough. I might have to fix that a little bit. But other than that, I think I'm good. Then this piece tucks in here. So you can see the end of the train. Now, what do I think I want to do with the rest of these? It might be I just keep these for the paper bag journal I'm going to do. I might just do that because I really don't need any more of those. So let's do that. Now this, the clock. You know, you always have metal elements in steampunk. And I have this, what do you call it? It's a gauge frame. And it's this round one right here. Well, no, it's probably this round one. No, it is that round. because the two windows are different in these. I don't have any in the gauges, so I just went ahead and thought, well, since the clocks are going through here so well, we're just going to use this clock. So I'm going to whack that off and use that under my frame. And I'm just going to go ahead and cut around it real good so I can be able to glue it. I don't think I'm going to worry about the color, because I was wondering about maybe changing the color of my magnets and stuff, but you know, I really don't know that I need to. Like right like that. Let's go ahead and get us some Fabri-Tac. Go around the edge of this and see what we can do. Okay. And then I'm actually going to set it this way and go on top. There. Before I make a mess. Let's do like that. And then this whole thing is going to go down on the front somewhere. So let's fold this shut. Here. And here. And I wanted to do something right here. I still have some of these gears, like little tiny ones. So I wondered about maybe putting, and I also have this, which is a sticker, and it's got a balloon in it. And I'm wondering about using that as well. And I got two big gears. I'm wanting to use up everything. But I didn't. The only problem is I'm worried about that putting bulk right there in the same spot on two sides. Now I have this one left, which is a paper one. So I think what I'm going to do is cut this baby in half. There we go. And we're going to glue it down to this in half. So let's just do that. Let's see how this works. It needed something. It just needed something right here, I felt. Now this is nice and shiny, so it's going to shine good. I don't know about it sticking well to that, what do you call it? I can't remember what it's called now. Foundry wax. That's what it's called. Foundry wax. But yeah, see, I want my little body to have something right here. So let me hold that down and get it to dry. All right, I changed my mind about the gauge frame. I'll use that on something else. I don't think it looks quite right on the front. It's almost given too much to look at up here, and it's taken away from my train. But I do want to put this little sticker, little foamy sticker. I think that will add enough of a look up here. I kind of like it there, and I kind of wondered about it being down here to keep these colors going around. So I think I'm going to add it down here. I wanted the brown, the browns and the rusty colors. You got it here, you got it there, but you didn't really have a dark one down here. So I thought that's the perfect spot for it. So I'm going to hold that down for a minute and I'll be right back. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do us a flip through real quick. I know you've seen me flipping back and forth, but this will be the last one. So we have our front, we have all of our beautiful little gauges and gears up here. We had a little bit of a texture paste in behind there. That was a lunar paste, I think it was, something new that I'd gotten. We have some paper gears. We have a little chipboard Adventure weights and a little piece of material under it. A lot of the the glittery part has torn off and you got sort of a bluish thing, which is fine. There's sort of a blue in and around the train here. So then we added our little foam down here that's got the two hot air balloons, and you see our outline border. We've got our ties for our journal. This little guy has everything and anything in it. You can sort of see the lines here, but I think I'm okay with that. The only other thing I can think to do is to add like some washi to it, which I may do. I think I might have just enough washi to add to this to kind of keep that out of your eyesight. Let's see about that. I might be running out. Alright, let's shorten it a tad. Yeah, something like that. And then I can glue the rest of this down. I'll try to peel off some of this and then put the rest of it down on there, kind of like that. Oh well, I might even find another piece of washi that'll work too. So, let's get in here, flip it open. We have our little gauges on the end here, which I think are perfect. You open it up, you've got this the center with the clock. I've got my two little gears here for the middle of his body. I didn't want to do really anything else to this. I thought it was just enough. So on our left side here, well, you open it up and you got the two flips that flip up. You've got the time machine in the middle. If we go over here, we flip out here. We have a tag, and we have like a journal card kind of a situation here, tucked in. We have our cute little kitty cat on his, whatever you would call that, policy closure kind of a thing, with a couple brads. We have our check here. We also have our big journal card, and you've got the guy on the bike. And then we put that back in there. And then we have our middle here with the actual journals. So you flip that up, and you flip this up, and you have two flip downs. I guess you can see them, where you have like a pocket. There we go. Where you have a pocket. It's got little kids at a train. I thought that was perfect. You got a journal card here that you can write on the back of. And then you've got a journal card here. That's a big clock, and it has the time machine on it. Okay. And then you pull this back up, and you can see underneath of here all those beautiful papers that Wayne sent me, and I made into the journal. And I lightly dusted it with some tea dye oxide. You've got your two globes on the back side of these. And then more of the pretty paper that he sent me. Oh, it's perfect for this. All right. And then I've got a gear here and a world. I mean, it's got all kinds of stuff. But I almost used up all of that pad, that Stamperia pad. I had intended to, and I almost did. I've got a little bit left, but that'll go right into a paper bag journal. Here is this little piece that comes out. It's kind of like a, I guess, a journal card, although you can't really write on it. So that's here. We have all these little flippies that have tags in them right here. And this one's just got a single, but I really like that. And then this is the background. And then that's that little tuck that the train goes back into, and it kind of holds it steady. Over here we have the flips, and you can pull that off, and it flips out, and it flips out, flips out. Whoops, guys, pieces. Flips out. Okay, and you're right on the back of all of these, and then you've got two tags in here, there. And you got another big, huge looking journal card kind of situation. And then you can even write on there if you wanted to. So, let me see if I can get that back in there. There we go. So I think that turned out pretty cool. I really like how it did. I love the feel of it. As it was getting things inside of it, it was getting firmer and sturdier. And I really liked how it came together. I really did. I do know, I haven't done one of these before, so I do know I made a few mistakes. Like the pinching a little bit. Although, you know, I'll pay attention to that more next time. The two ends of the book are pretty much fine. I don't know. There seems to be a little bit of issue where it won't get straight, but it's straight enough. All right. Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this. I know a lot of people have commented on this, so there must be a lot of steampunk fans out there. So let me know if you like this type of book, a lap book, and I would really like to try another one. I've got a few more of my Stamperia pads over there that I wouldn't mind going through and just kind of playing around and seeing if I could make another kind of a thing with this. I've got some more rice paper coming, so I may have to search and find me just the right rice paper for another beautiful cover like this, because that really set the bar on this cover. All right, everybody, I hope you have a great, great day. I want to thank all my subscribers and viewers for coming by and keeping me company and seeing what I had to show you today. And I hope everybody tries this. Don't go into all the flippy floppies and all of that I did. Just try one. Try a simpler version of it. And you'll really enjoy it. I mean, what could go wrong? Just use a file folder that's trash and just play. That's the thing about crafting. It's all play. All right. I'll talk to you again soon. Everybody take care. I don't know what I'm going to do next, so just keep an open mind. All right. Bye-bye.